Racing!
Good evening, welcome everybody to Sector 1 Sim Racing. Big shout out to all of our viewers. It's been on a bit of a hiatus, but back to do a little bit of commentary tonight for what should be an interesting second round. Of course, it's been a land of changes. We've had to make a few changes to this season, but as always, Sector 1, it's always about trying to get it right. And while we can't please everybody, we hope that we've managed to make some improvements to make the racing as exciting as can be. For tonight and obviously for the remainder of the season. Joining us in commentary tonight, we've got a couple of season pros. The one and only, Jimmy, how are you, mate?
Good, mate. How are you?
Good, mate. Travelling all right. A little bit of a cold, so there might be a bit of coughing coming through and a bit of muting, but I can rely on you to take over the reins if required. Also joining us a little later on for the A race, we've got the Felty Tunes, the man with the voice, the one and only Good Doc. How are you, mate?
Good evening, mate. How are you?
Good, mate. Looking forward to tonight's racing. Now, I know there's been a bit going on since I've been away, and I'll be doing my best to sort of catch up, and if anybody manages to catch something that I've said that's incorrect, by all means, pull me up, let me know what's going on. What have we got in here? Womble in there as always, and the Moff Man. Evening, Moff. How are you, mate? Daz, how are you, mate? So tonight, we are coming from Sardegna B, Italy. I believe this track, it's a bit of a, what do we got? 3.9k, 13 turns, anti-clockwise. It looks like a simple track, but it's got some little intricacies to it, which is sure to make the racing interesting. Now, the boys have been keeping an eye on practice, obviously, as the boys, all of our drivers sort of refine for tonight. And guys, with all these changes, what is it looking like? Start off with you, maybe, Jimmy.
Well, it's interesting. We've got Alphas filling the first and third at the moment, and a bit of a surprise. We've got Scooter 82 in the back is Dodge Viper, currently nearly 2.5 tenths off the pace. So
Vipers and Alphas prominent.
Yeah, I think so. We got Lucky, we got Cruising and another Alpha in fourth. And we got Jimmy Superfly and the big bad AMG for Death Grip. He's P5 at the moment too. So
just got a bit of a graphic up at the moment with sort of the new manufacturers and I believe some of the power and weight settings that these cars are going to be running under. Doc, following a similar sort of tune over in A-Land?
Oh, well, over here so far it's been all Ferraris up the front.
Okay.
So you've got the big hitters like the Cyborg and the two boys over there at the moment from Red Mist Racing. They're both double heading tonight into Group A, so Ferrari's looking strong. Diego's the sole Alfa Romeo in tonight's race. Now the Alfa is a pretty handy car around a track as tight as Sardi, and it's a bit of a lightweight package, so it's not as hard on the rubber as some of these bigger, heavier cars are.
Well, that's been all the sort of the early sort of guys, hasn't it? That it's extremely good on tyres. Yep.
So basically, what we did this during the week actually is we just done a slight adjustment to the rules, stating that everybody has to two-stop regardless of whether they need to or not. So that'll bring the Alphas back to the pack a little bit because there was a fear there that they could possibly go on a one-stop tonight and would give them a good 20 seconds advantage on everybody else, which probably isn't as fair as it could be. So we've done our best to sort of tweak it to the point where everybody now sort of has a chance to, look after their car and
always
hopefully stay in touch. Yeah,
always
we got some guys here in the likes of the Vipers and the Jags and the Mercs and stuff like that. These big front engine heavy cars are really going to work that front right hand tyre because there's a lot of left hand turns here at Sardegna, so they tend to work that front right quite hard. So hopefully hopefully the second stop for the Alphas might help bring them into the pack and
There we go.
make
Just
sure that we
confirm
have
we've
some close
got
racing.
a new rule in place. The two-stop strategy is for everybody, and that stop must include the tyre change. It cannot be a quick pull in and straight back out without switching tyres over.
Yep.
So while we're sort of just covering the early bases, Jimmy, I've just got some points up at the moment. If we concentrate maybe on that bottom half, that is the first race tonight, where we'll be following, well, first of all, our Wakey, who seems to be right on the cusp of moving up. So he'll be looking for another strong result. We've also got in tonight's race, Ricky Bobby, Captain Muffin, who I saw earlier on was putting a fair amount of practice in. NASCAR's one of our OG drivers. Also well in contention there with his teammate Captain Muffin to potentially be able to move up into the upper echelon of this touring car championship.
Also keep an eye on Karen, who's the Deeds Racing boys have switched over from the Lexus to the Porsche in between rounds as well, and he's looking pretty speedy in practice as well. So keep an eye on Karen tonight. Right
on. So currently sitting, well, he had a decent enough result last week in the Lexus by the looks of it, but they've made the change to Porsche, so there have been quite a few changes, guys, for some of these teams. They've moved to other manufacturers, and it'll all settle down as we go through the rounds, but as it stands right now, as mentioned before, Old Wakey, Ricky Bobby, Captain Muffin and NASCAR, and Karen, all with well in contention, potentially move up into this upper echelon. We'll be following this B race, obviously, with the Group A a little later on. Jimmy, are we almost ready to get these boys up and running for some qualifying?
Let's go, shall we? Let's get these boys going.
I'll leave you to it. I'll see you when you get around to A.
Sounds good, mate. We'll speak to you soon.
Cheers.
Alright, here we go.
So this is like round one all over again in a way, isn't it?
Yep, absolutely. New start to the season.
Okay. Alrighty, here we go. This should be interesting. Early favourites, mate. Who are you putting your money on?
It's hard to go past Knuckles and Lucky in the outfit, but I think Ricky Bobby might be able to shot of upsetting a few tonight in the McLaren, and of course NASCAR will be up there in the Dodge as well, so should be good.
Currently following Knuckles here, who is in the hot topic of the moment, the Alfa Romeo. What should be an interesting qualifying session. Of course, qualifying 10 minutes in both categories tonight. So we've shortened qualifying somewhat from 15 to 10 minutes in the top category. This one remains at 10. Might jump on with old Wakey as he leads the pack off and will be the first man to start a flying lap. What sort of lap times are we looking at, Jimmy? What's going to be competitive?
The fast guys might dip into the high 23s, but I think everybody should be doing a mid to low 24. I think it'd be a pretty good lap around here.
Old Wakey's about to set off on his flying lap. Nice and clean so far. Getting temperature into the tyres will be important in this short session, and I suppose burning as much fuel as you can too, so revving it right out. Seems to have handled turn one pretty well. Jimmy keeping an eye on us if you see anybody who starts to pull some significant time.
Yeah, we're just keeping an eye on Scotty out front at the moment. He'll be the first one to cross the line with the time, so...
Ricky Bobby. What are we looking at here? Is that a Ferrari, is it?
That is the McLaren.
McLaren, thank you.
Yeah, it's a beautiful looking car too, that one.
That livery's come out very nice. Congrats to whoever made that one. We've got the AMG for the bad boys out at Revolution. Looking very goth, Aaron. Very goth. Very nice, mate. Captain Muffin, Team 53.
Keep an eye on the Muffin Man tonight too. He was pretty good in practice as well.
I think he's going to be my Ruffy for tonight.
Yeah. Alright, Scotty G's about to cross the line.
Scotty G.
124.7. Old Wakey up to the top.
Scooter goes first. 124.3. Why am I
Vascar
not
to second.
not seeing Scotty G at the moment, which could be a little bit of an issue.
Oh.
I'm only seeing
Alright.
13 drivers.
Alright, well I'll keep an eye on Scotty for you. He's down in 7th at the moment.
Thank you, GT Sport. So Nux in that first flyer, 124.1. 2/10 of a second lead over Scooter. And that's a decent sort of a start.
It's not a bad lap from Scooter considering how heavy the big Viper is in the front especially.
Well, it's at the other end of the spectrum, isn't it, to the Alpha?
Yeah.
You've got the nice nimble... Oh, geez, he's gone very wide there. He's managed to gather it up. Next to no damage other than the time lost, but he's
So
pushing very hard.
We got 2 Alphas and 2 Vipers in the top 4 at the moment. I don't think many people would have picked that.
We've got Lucky in the second Alpha sitting in 6th. Captain Muffin currently in 7th. He's about... what is he, about 6/10 of a second off the lead. So the field's very tight. We're talking about a
Yep.
sort of a second between first to about, oh my God, first to 11th really. It's just over a second.
Knuckles couldn't improve and everyone else is ducked into the pits by the looks of it.
Everybody, bar VF.
Scooter, Ricky Bobby as well, he's about to set a time. No, he was on an outlap. Ooh.
So VF has managed to find himself some clear track. Nux out the front. Will he come in at the end of this or will he set a time?
Just on VF while we've got the Aussie had the boys around. He's filling in for Gaz tonight, who was a late withdrawal in Group A.
Aha.
So VF's jumped up and filled the spot for Gaz, and I believe TJ, who has moved up to Group A,
Moved up to A.
Group
Gotcha.
B. So
Yep. Ooh.
I hope everything's all right at home, Gaz.
That Alpha could be a handful to drive by the looks of it. The rear end getting quite slidey early on already.
Yeah.
Only sort of 3 laps into a set of tyres, and the rear end's already starting to move around a bit. So Nux.
I think here he is. He's in this lap. So everyone else is on an outlap pretty much.
Except for VF, I believe he's on a lap. Jump on board. He's about to hit the line.
No, yes.
He's coming in.
No, he's coming in.
Has he set a time yet?
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure he has, yeah.
Gives us an opportunity to perhaps have a look at some of the other drivers. We'll jump on board with Black Project, who's about to start another flyer.
Yes. Got Old Wakey and P5 in the first of the Aussie Hampton Hondas. He'll be quite happy with that result, I think, at the moment.
Just having a look at that McLaren, I believe it is as well, for Blacklight.
Yep.
Another Kraken mode livery. Just turned that one out very nicely, going with a lot of silver and the prominent cat. Nice looking cat.
They do look good, don't they?
Scooter again, very loose. Coming out of that tight right-hander. Oh, we've had an off. I believe that could have been Captain Muffin.
Yep,
Rejoined
correct.
safely behind his teammate.
Barry's pulled off to the side there.
They're all coming in again. Wouldn't mind catching somebody finishing a lap here.
Max is finishing the lap.
No improvement from anybody other than Ricky Bobby. What do we got? 2 minutes to go. Which essentially means all these guys get that one more flying lap in. So Knuckles leading the way. Scooter 82, 2/10 back. Cruising. Maverick's gone. He's hit the ejector button. And gone back to cruising. Good to see. Third position currently a 10th clear from NASCAR. Currently holding down fourth. A mere 300ths of a second ahead of Lucky. He's holding a slender lead over old Wakey. So that top six, no real surprises there. Muffin perhaps a little lower than what we expected. But again, it's so tight. We have a look all the way down to 13th. Berry, 1.2 seconds. The entire field is covered.
Yeah, the top five are only covered by just over 4/10, so...
Just watching Jimmy Superfly in the AMG, the second of the Revolution cars. He's only 2/1000ths of a second behind Ricky Bobby. That's how close it is. Any minor improvement here is going to help.
Scotty G's managed to get himself up to 6th in the Bez Media Ferrari.
Damn it. I'm wondering why we can't see him, but just keep us regularly posted where he's at.
Will do.
Just hoping it's just me that can't see him, that's all. Berry improves slightly. Where's he gone to? No, he's improved his time, but not his position, unfortunately. The F holding down 12th. Yes, I believe all of these guys are going to get that final lap in. The only one maybe at risk. Nope, they're all going to get one more lap. So here we go. Following our pole sitter at the moment. Can he hang on? Knuckles. Currently with a 124.1 in the Alfa Romeo. Lucky's Lawn Care coming off an extremely dominant season 3. Cruising, also running the Alpha.
Yep. So Scooter's improving, but it's not. Don't think it's going to be enough at the moment to knock Knuckles off.
Got a little bit of traffic ahead of him too. All right, so cruising, crossing the line, no improvement. NASCAR, no improvement. Lucky improves slightly, pushes up to 4th.
Watch for Scooter. Oh, he improves, but not enough. Nice lap in the end there by Scooter, then a 24.2.
Captain Muffin, giving everything he's got, stays in 8th. Black Project, or 8th here. And Karen in the Porsche, improves. He pushes up to 5th. Oh, that's pretty important. He's done well there. At the 11th hour, he's managed to push himself onto row 3.
Oh yeah, nice job, Karen.
Yep. So there we go. Quali done and dusted. Nice and quick. 10 minutes. She's all over. Now, I've been looking forward to this start, Jimmy, to see how these guys take off from the line. This is where there's going to be variation in how well these guys manage to sort of dig down and get off the line.
The McLarens are jet off the line. Those Obsession cars were just absolutely burying people that were in front of them off the start. So
we want to keep an eye on those. Ooh, look like there may have even been a slight jump there, but no, they're away. One of them stayed on the line and got away late.
That's Superfly, very slow. Scooter didn't get a very good start out of 2nd.
Okay, as we head to turn 1. Nux has managed to hold on to that lead. The two competing Alfa Romeo teams. Knuckles in the lead. Cruising runs a little wide through turn 3. That allows Lucky to pull up side by side.
You got Scotty G in 4th position as well. Getting sent down the inside by Ricky Bobby.
Cruising's done well to hold on to that 2nd position, keeping Lucky at bay. Scooter 82 in the Viper, the big Viper. This is the part of the track, these straights, where you'd expect him to have a bit of an advantage. Got that McLaren put in nice and tight behind him. Well, they're nice and bunched to start off with, Jimmy. We do have the top 3 cars in the Alpha, but
We got Scotty's in 4th in the Ferrari.
okay.
So we'll keep an eye on that for you.
And of course we'll want to keep an eye on the all-important tyre wear situation, which is going to play a part in tonight's races. Just a bit of a gap here, Knuckles, out to 0.6. We want to keep an eye on that Porsche too.
Yeah, Carrotsy lost a few spots at the start, down to 8th at the moment. I think Scotty G got a penalty because he's dropped all the way back down to 7th.
So Scotty G in the Ferrari, who we can't see on stream unfortunately, down in 7th. Ricky Bobby in the McLaren. He's got himself a little bit of a NASCAR problem. Breathing down his neck.
Yeah. He's in a Viper sandwich there at the moment. Got Scotty G is starting to hold a few guys up here too in the Ferrari. Carrot's looking really racy.
Noticed that. I was going to suggest
at the bottom of the hill.
maybe having a bit of... Oh, he's gone very wide, Karen.
Yeah.
He's lost 2 more spots, possibly 3.
Tried going around the outside of Scotty and it didn't work. He's going to lose a couple more spots here as well.
So
We'll
we'll
be
get a
dirty
replay of
about
what
that.
happened. We're only getting the rejoin here, but he's rejoined and pulled out to the right. Look, he really didn't impede anyone. He's done well there. Pardon me. So we rejoined back up the front temporarily. We'll do a bit of a run through. 8 tenths, nearly out to a full second. Nuck's now over cruising. But these 3 little Alphas on this,
Getting the job done, aren't they?
on this tight, twisty track, they're finding it to their liking. Then we've got Scooter 82 in the first Viper, followed by the McLaren of Ricky Bobby. NASCAR sitting in 6th. Strong performance from NASCAR. So we're halfway through the 3rd lap. Of course, a 40-minute race, is it?
Yep, correct.
So with 36 minutes to go. Early days, wouldn't be expecting too much in the way of tyre wear just yet.
Old Wakey's looking really racy like Captain Muffin and Nate as well. Oh, Muffin's run wide.
Yeah, it's left himself open to attack from Old Wakey here. He's going to try and crisscross in underneath him. Through the final corners. He's managed to get up alongside and past.
Oh, here comes Black Project as well. You
Yep.
want some of this?
He's taken advantage of that, and in a blink of an eye, we've seen Captain Muffin lose out 2 positions.
Watch him get them back down that
Yep.
Viper down the straight.
Starting to reel him in already.
Yep.
Well, McLaren's holding its own, but he's going to put paid to Black Project there. Sneaks it up the inside to regain one of the 2 positions lost. You can just see how much more nimble that McLaren is, though.
Yeah, 100%.
Just the ability to turn the nose in. And the Viper definitely looks like it's struggling with a little bit of understeer. But he's doing a good job there, Captain Muffin. He's driving a good defensive line, making it very hard for Black Project to regain that 8th position. As we're seeing Lucky now really start up the front, apply pressure to cruising.
They still haven't really gotten away from Knuckles too much either.
Get the right camera, here we go.
It's still just over a second from Knuckles to cruising.
Oh, good run here. Lucky right in the toe. He's going to pull that side by side. He's taking that inside line on the approach to turn 1. like he's going to get it done. He's squeezing, cruising out to the outside of the corner. Well done.
But
That nice and clean. Just that little bit of battling. Looks like it's just allowed the Viper behind to close up it just a tad.
oh, Ricky Bobby, a big dive on Scooter.
He's cost himself a bit of time there.
We're just on Scotty G watch. He's still in 7th spot.
Okay, sitting in front of Old Wakey.
He's got 3 seconds up to NASCAR up the road, and Old Wakey's about 8/10 of a second behind. So
He's in a bit of a clear track.
Running his own little race for now.
Well, it looks like Scooter's got a good handle on this Viper. While Muffin seemed to be really struggling to get it to turn at times, it looks like Scooter's got this one working a little better.
Yeah, the tyre wear on the Viper and the McLaren are exactly the same pretty much.
Interesting.
McLaren's used a little bit more of the right front actually, which is a surprise.
Here comes the move. Ricky Bobby. Oh! That has forced him a little wide there. Oh, gee.
Oh, Old Wakey's got around Scooter, Scotty G as well.
What have I done here? Gone miles back, unfortunately. Got to get reacquainted with these buttons, but to me it looked like there had been plenty of racing room left, but we'll have a look here. At this stage, Scooter had a nice
I think they
advantage.
touched in the middle of the corner a little bit and it just pushed Scooter out. Just looking at the replay on the stream. Cruising's all over the rear of Lucky now as well, giving him a push around the corner. Giving him a big push.
A little bit of a touch there also between Scooter and Old Wakey. Old Wakey's had a habit of working his way through the pack consistently and quietly through seasons past.
Yep, he's a sly old dog, that one.
Seems to pop up the right end of the field when it counts. Currently sitting in 7th. And that car is sliding around a bit too. Just noticing coming out that last corner, he got it completely sideways. Nice drifting skills.
For those on Karen watch, he's currently P9. He's got Black Project and the captain and the Muffin Man behind him.
Still duking it out, those two.
Yeah. World Championship for 10th place going on down there.
Well, it's what it's all about. Doesn't matter where you are in the field, it can all be fun. These
That's
two
right.
may as well be at the front of the field, probably having more fun than the guys at the front of the field. Side by side again. That's going to allow Muffin on that tight right-hander to claim the corner. Well, this is an interesting battle, isn't it? Two completely different cars, completely different characteristics, and producing pretty much identical times at the moment.
Oh, Cruising's gotten around Lucky.
He's managed to get out in front of him again.
Yeah. They haven't really lost too much time to Knuckles either while they've been battling away there, so...
It's because Nux is on the radio at the front telling them just keep their distance,
Yeah,
controlling the gap.
that's right.
Well, he doesn't need to do any more than what he's doing at the moment. There's no point in him trying to go any quicker and risking throwing away a whole heap of points. What he's doing at the moment is working just fine.
And the tyres on those 3 Alphas out the front, boy howdy, there's not much wear on those bad boys at all.
They're looking pretty healthy.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be up to them when they execute that stop. Whether they need it or not, they're going to have to pull in for a second tyre change at some point. We've hit the half hour mark. Just under 30 minutes to go.
The right front on Ricky Bobby's car's nearly half gone already. So all that battling at the start with Scooters He's starting to get a pay back for that now as he lets NASCAR by.
Jeez, he let him
Throws
through
the
pretty
fade.
easily, didn't he?
Yeah, just did a Fabian on him, put the blinker on.
Obviously thought there was no point in him fighting for position yet.
Right. Karen's managed to get around Scotty G and Old Wakey as well, so Karen's up to 7th now in the Porsche.
Well, the key's going to be for a lot of these guys is not to do any laps that they don't need to with worn tyres. They've got 2 changes of tyres to get in. As soon as those tyres start to fade and affect lap times, you'd be coming in for a fresh set of boots, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I'm surprised nobody's come in yet, to be
Yeah.
honest. I would have thought you'd come in after 10 and then after...
Well,
maybe...
we've had a run time of 12 minutes. I'd probably expect them to come in within the next lap or 2 if we're going to split it into
Yeah.
even thirds.
Yeah, that's true.
But this is a concern, I suppose. We've got some guys out here at the moment that are starting to be affected by tyre wear, and we really aren't at that third race distance yet.
So, Cruisin must have had a... Oh no, he's still in second. Lucky's dropped off.
Lucky's dropped
Cruisin
off.
quite a lot, yeah.
So Cruisin's still within that, just on that second to Nux, but as you say, Lucky's dropped off 1.2, 1.3 seconds. He's had a bit of a how you going at some point.
Yeah. Karen is using that car an awful lot to get up the field as well. He's that right side's looking pretty second hand at the moment.
So Karen managed to clear the invisible one?
Yes, he has.
Okay.
Scotty G's dropped back to 9th at the moment. He's got Captain Muffin 3 seconds behind him in 10th. So the Alphas are in.
All right, here we go. So they're going to get a fresh set of boots on.
Yeah, they'll all come in now. Yeah, they all come.
Every single one of them.
Superfly's coming in as well. Barry's 20-30 seconds off the lead at the moment, so he's at a real mare tonight. I think he's pitted. He's got fresh boots on, so he might have already pitted, and we missed that.
So the top 3 are out already. The one that's made a bit of a move there is NASCAR. He's managed to clear Scooter and put a gap on him too. Although that pit stop's just reined him in a little bit. He was out over a second.
Wow, so Barry's managed to... he's only managed to make up a couple of spots, but he would have made some time up with that fresh rubber on while everyone else was driving around.
Apologies to Scotty tonight. No idea why he's not on stream. Unfortunately, we didn't pick up on that one early enough.
He's come out in 9th.
All right, on the fresh rubber, just seeing Scooter now close up on the back of NASCAR a bit here. Whittle that lead away to just on half a second now. As the 2 competing Viper teams go head to head.
Scooter's real show.
Who was that?
That was Scooter. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Oh, okay, so that was a bit of lag, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, that was some nasty lag. Want to keep an eye, as you say. Now something... Oh, we've lost him. Yep, we've lost him. Something wasn't right.
Right.
Ah, that's a shame. He was having a great race. I mean... Well, that's released a bit of pressure off the back of NASCAR and promotes everybody by position. Ricky Bobby now up into 5th. Karen on the recovery drive here and really applying pressure to the back of Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, I think Karen will get him here pretty soon.
He's got into a bit of a groove after a pretty ordinary start. Bit of a nightmare of a start, really. But he's slowly worked his way back. I think he got as low as... What did we get him down to? It was about 9th, I think he may have been down.
Yeah, he might have been... I think he was 10th or 11th at one stage.
There we go. And he's just pulled the move there on Ricky Bobby. Gets it done nice and easy. That Porsche starting to boogie. Bit of a slide. Driving very aggressively. Now sets out after NASCAR. Out front, things are starting to get a bit stretched out. We've got Nux now 2.5 second lead. Cruisen's lost touch. Who's also now 2 seconds clear of Lucky. So the top three have spread out a bit. NASCAR, as we were just seeing there, is going to start to feel a little bit of heat coming from Karen, who's currently 1.6 seconds behind. Karen pulling Ricky Bobby along with him. Ricky Bobby sitting in the slipstream. Yep.
Karen, he hasn't dropped them, has he?
No, I think, it could be part of Ricky's strategy, I think, here, to have let him through, because he also let him through very easily, much like he did with Cruising with NASCAR earlier. Yeah, Scooter, yep. Yeah, unfortunately we've lost Scooter tonight, guys. Big lag spike just prior to him disconnecting. And as unfortunate as it is, sometimes it's actually better for the race. The last thing we want is somebody else to get taken out due to an ordinary connection. So, Ricky Bobby, well clear of old Wakey, sitting in 7th, but making his presence felt. He's not that far off the back of Ricky Bobby, 1.2 seconds. And then these two behind him, Captain Muffin and Black Project.
I'm surprised the Alphas have got such a big gap in between, as big a gap in between them as what they have. Yeah,
well, obviously we saw a little earlier, Lucky may have had an incident which pushed him out behind, and then it's just Nux has really turned it on and managed to drop Cruising very quickly. So 12 runners remaining. Jimmy Superflyer bringing up the rear of the field in the AMG. Now these guys haven't had a lot of time. For those that have changed teams, you might be able to tell me here, Jimmy. Is this did Revolution change team? Manufacturer?
No, these guys stuck with the Mercedes.
Okay, so they've had plenty of time to get accustomed to the car.
Yep. So, Red Mist changed. Both of your teams changed.
Mm-hmm.
Deeds Racing changed. And the Lucky's Lawn Care organisation changed as well. So, there were a fair majority of the teams actually changed. So, there was a
little bit surprised to see Berry so far down the field here. Again, might just be teething problems with the new car. It is a fair way off VF here in 10th.
Ricky Bobby has not let Karen go either.
No, but they've both managed to close up by about 0.8 of a second to NASCAR. So we're soon going to have a red-hot battle for 4th here. Top 3 cars have cleared away and have got substantial gaps between them. As we saw.
Scotty G's in 8th spot. He's got 3 seconds. Got a 3-second gap to old Wakey who's in front of him, and he's got just under 2 seconds to Captain Muffin and 9th.
Thanks for the update. Yep, Karen is now officially on NASCAR's Ginger. Yep, he's just getting a hell of a lot more drive out of the corners. Wonder if it's tyre related, mate. What are those tyres looking like on the Viper?
Tyres, actually Karen's rear tyres are worse than what NASCAR's are at the moment, so Karen's definitely using what he's got to get there.
Seems to have the car sliding around, which we often see Karen do. His driving style allows for a bit of that drifting, and he's definitely getting speed out of it though. Here we go, he's riding the toe down the main straight. He's going to have a go here, I think.
I think he might.
Pulls to the inside, gets it done very easily. And in the process, he's dropped Ricky Bobby off the back. He's now almost out of slipstream range.
I don't know if NASCAR will be quite as nice to Ricky Bobby as he was to Karen. I think that was a bit nice on NASCAR's part.
Well, we're starting to see the fluctuation early on. Although in that last stint, I think it was, NASCAR actually pulled back time towards the back end of a stint.
Oh, he's run wide there. Ricky Bobby might have him at the bottom of the hill.
Seems maybe to be going through that tough period of concentration too, where it's very easy to let the mind wander and make minor mistakes. Those minor mistakes add up to tenths, and now he's in the clutches of Ricky Bobby. Again, he got a little bit sideways on exit of that corner there, and that's allowed Ricky Bobby to literally ride him bumper to bumper.
Of course, Team 53 and the Dadson Racing boys also switched manufacturers. I believe Team 53 had a BMW to start with, and Dadson Racing were in the Mustang. So
just showing the nose around the outside. Ricky Bobby under brakes, gets a little bit squirrely, manages to pull it up without coming into contact with NASCAR. Can be a tough man to pass NASCAR. He knows how to place a car defensively on the track.
Is it? Oh, Jimmy Superfly on the grass down the front straight, trying to get on the inside of Berry for 12th into the first corner. Oh, wow.
He's got it done.
Gee. Oh, he's trying to zinner Shane Van Gisbergen.
Oh,
there.
just got that on the replay. Oh, all the way down the straight. One tyre on the grass. Plenty of paint exchange too.
If they didn't have Shane Van Gisbergen at Eastern Creek written all over it, I don't know what does.
Rejoin the Ricky Bobby battle with NASCAR on board.
Put a little gap on it there.
Oh, he's quick through there. He's got a run on him here. Inside or the outside? No, he's giving him the bump.
Yeah,
NASCAR's indicating for him to come round.
I don't think he will.
No. Interesting.
Ricky Bobby's playing the long game.
He is. If I know NASCAR, that won't please him too much either.
No.
He'll be like, well, if you want to get around and get it done. The last thing he really wants is the guy potentially.
Oh, he's run wide there.
He has. I think he's just going to give the position away.
No, don't do that, Sunshine. God. Alright, so the gap from cruising to Lucky is starting to close up a little bit now as well.
Nux is 3.6 clear of cruising, but as you say, it's under a second now.
Might see these guys come in, maybe this lap or the next lap.
Yep. We're at that stage with just over 15 minutes to go.
Not this time, says Knuckles. If I was Carity, I'd come in this lap and I'd try a little bit of an undercut.
Well, he's managed to clear away from the two behind him, and the gap's 8 seconds to Lucky. So it'll take something pretty spectacular for him to be able to force his way onto the podium. But as you say, it might be worth just trying something rather than leaving, as long as it doesn't expose him to the two cars behind. But it sounds like by now that rear tyre would probably be shot, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty. It's not as bad as what it was the first time around, because he's obviously hasn't had to do as much work, but he's definitely got a lot more tyre wear than Lucky in front of him, and even NASCAR behind him. His rear tyres are way better than what Karen's looking at the moment, so the NASCAR's always been good at looking after the tyres. Scotty G's managed to make his way up to 7th spot now.
Sorry, where was that?
7th.
7th?
Yeah. And Black Project has managed to make his way up to 8th.
still joined at the hip with Captain Muffin.
Absolutely. So
World War III rages on here.
Yeah, the 3 alphas never came in this lap either. Neither does Karen. Oh, that was late. He's in though, Karen's in. NASCAR follows him.
Ricky Bobby doesn't. So this will be interesting whether Ricky Bobby can put in a real hot lap here. Give himself an opportunity. Well, he probably could have cleared NASCAR anyway, if we're honest.
Muffin and Scotty G have come in as well.
On board with Ricky Bobby. Something tells me he won't have to do too much to get out in front of NASCAR. Getting towards the pointy end of this race. The top 3 look pretty settled. We'll have a quick check back in here with Cruisin', and it's still about a second gap between Cruisin' and Lucky. Lucky will be trying everything. Finishing a 1-2 for Lucky's lawn care would go down very nicely for those boys, I reckon.
Yep. It looks like Knuckles is coming in.
So Nux is in. Cruisin's in.
They're all in.
All in.
Yeah, they're all in. Lucky's in as well.
So Ricky Bobby's the man that has stayed out longer than everybody else.
Black Project hasn't come in yet either. So the Black Light boys are trying a different
Ricky Bobby goes again.
See what Black Project does. Black Project's in. Yep. So Karen's the first of the 2 second stoppers.
He's put a real healthy gap in on NASCAR now. He's got almost 3.5 seconds. So he's consolidated that 4th position at this stage. It's whether Ricky Bobby's able to make any pressure. Now, Ricky Bobby didn't look too keen to get around NASCAR earlier. Whether he's sort of conceded that 4th position already, or whether he's making a play for it right now.
I think he's going to bleed time to whoever's behind him. Because all these guys have got new boots on now, and he's around there running on tyres out of 10 laps old. So
I was going to say you'd have to be pretty confident in his in the tyres. His last lap there, a 1:26.6.
Yeah.
Which isn't all that sharp, is it?
No. So old Wakey might even get him here. I'll have to keep an eye on that when he comes in.
Oh, we're about to find out whether it's been a mistake to stay out for those extra 2 laps. He runs very wide there at the exit of the final corner. He comes in now. So we'll jump on board with Karen and see what the gap is back to Ricky Bobby. Karen now coming through the final corner, so he's on to the front straight. He'll have him covered very easily. He may have given back a bit of a lead to NASCAR.
Yeah, I'm just watching old Wakey here. Old Wakey's going to have it as well.
Yep.
Yeah, he does too. Wow. So his extra 2 laps really hurt Ricky Bobby there.
And the only thing he can hope for is at the back end of this stint with 10 minutes to go now, so that's essentially going to be about another 8-9 laps. With the laps 7 onwards, he'll have the freshest tyres of all, and whether that allows him to regain position. Nux, 4-second lead. The man is looking promoted, I reckon.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty safe bet there.
I think he'll be up with the top group come next round. And possibly the same for the 2 guys behind him too. Cruisin', still holding still holding Lucky to just over a second. Strong performance from the Alphas.
Yeah.
And potentially a track that's sort of suited to them though, but I'm impressed with this Porsche. He's come from a long, long way back, and if he hadn't had that start, that horrible start, he could well be up there with these Alphas.
100%. That Porsche is a real Porsche's a good car though. We had Troy did his usual and lost it in round 1 and came back through the field. I think he was 13th or something and ended up 7th. So
Detroit it.
Porsche's, he tried
Missed
it.
that.
And the Porsche's real quick. He made up heaps of time. So it's a good little package, that one.
He'll be kicking himself after that start, Karen, but he's made the most of it since. Holding a strong 4th.
Old Wakey has got Ricky Bobby all over him here for 6th as well. Ricky Bobby will want to get this done pretty quick because he won't want to hang around behind that NSX for too long with that tyre advantage.
Well, it's probably what he was banking on. At first I was thinking he'd made a bit of a tactical error, but it may come back to favour him. He's not mucking around now. He's looking to get past cars.
Yeah.
Won't be giving any rear nudges. Again, forced a little bit wide there, old Wakey, but Ricky Bobby, gets it done just.
Scotty G's down in 8th spot still. He's still got the muffin man behind him. He's managed to get around the gap between himself and Blake
That's a good
Project
showing
in
from
10th.
Scotty.
Yeah.
Good field in this ultra strong field.
We got VF down in 11th. The late call up for the Aussie Anthem boys tonight, so I think you'll be happy with that too.
Keep an eye
yeah.
on this gap from Ricky Bobby to NASCAR, currently at 3.8.
And then we've got Barry in 12th and Jimmy Superfly in 13th. And that big Mercedes boat for Death Grip Racing.
It's probably best sounding of all the cars, I think, that AMG.
Yep.
It's got a nice deep growl to it. Had his hands full with it, Jimmy, tonight. Unfortunately, a fair way off the back off our leaders. But there'll be other tracks which might suit the big, powerful AMG a bit more than what Sardegna B has. Berry and VF.
That gap from cruising the Lucky's back out to 4.5 seconds.
Lucky's had a bit of a...
Yeah, Lucky's
How
had
you
a
going?
beer somewhere. And Lucky back to Karen 6.2. So Karen's managed to make up a little bit of time there, but with just over 6 minutes remaining, I think he's just going to have to settle for where he is at the moment.
Looks like Captain Muffin's finally broken Black Project's back here. Although, just as I say that, he's managed to pull back 3/10 in the one corner, but he's out to 2 seconds, now only 1.5. Captain Muffin looks like he might get bragging rights there with just on 6 minutes to go. Round 2 at Sardegna B. It's been interesting. We have seen the 3 little alphas get away. The racing in behind them, though, has been very interesting. Jump back with old Wakey. He's all on his own there. 2 seconds behind Ricky Bobby. 5 seconds ahead of Captain Muffin. Holding a solid... Is that a 7th or an 8th for old Wakey? Is he behind or in front of Scotty G?
He's in front of Scotty.
Okay, so that's a 7th position.
Yep. Scotty's down there in 8th spot.
Now, Ricky Bobby's managed to pull back 3/4 of a second on NASCAR with about 4 laps left to race. No, it won't be that many. It'll be about 3.
Yeah, 3.
So I think he's made a mistake.
I think he
Yeah,
went
Ricky
one
Bobby.
lap too many.
Well, there's a mistake I thought in not passing NASCAR when he could have and playing some games by nudging him on and should have taken position and then going that bit longer too, but he really should have finished in front of NASCAR in this race. There's no reason why he should be behind him. Sorry, been a bit harsh. Sorry, Ricky. But I'm sure he'll take that on board into the next race. He might do things a little bit differently. We're all learning. Come into grips.
So, yeah, he's not really eating into that gap as much as I'm sure.
No. Driver of the day is going to be interesting. Like, I'm not surprised Nux is leading the field tonight. I think he's put in a Nux-like performance. Cruising ahead of Lucky. Yeah, it could have gone either way. I'm impressed by Cruisen's drive, though.
Yeah.
But I think I'd have to give it to Karen tonight.
Yeah, after his mirror at the start.
Yep. He's really held it together since then, and if anything, he's now pulled back 2 seconds, 1.5 seconds on Lucky in this final stint.
Captain Muffin's all over Scotty here for 8th spot as well.
Fortunately, we'll imagine here Scotty sitting just in front of him.
Yeah. The tyres on that Ferrari are just about cooked, and Muffin's all over him.
Just jump on a little bit with the leaders. It's not their fault they've cleared out. Some TV time has been earned. Once again, beautifully turned out. Autobahn, Alfa Romeo's Knuckles with a lead of 4.5 seconds. He's just managing that lead back to cruising now, making sure nothing silly happens. With just on 2.5 minutes remaining.
Muffin's having a look at Scotty on the inside. They're side by side as they come down the hill. The Ferrari's got some legs. Black Project's getting involved in this as well now.
Yeah, just when I thought that battle had been done and dusted, it's back on again.
Oh, Muffin Man gets it done. Black Project's going to get Scotty as well, I think. Yes, he is.
It's quite interesting watching guys get around an invisible car there.
Can't imagine it looks very good.
So this battle's on again. That's allowed. Black Project. Oh, geez, he's gone a little wide there. This has opened the door up for Black Project.
Black Project's got much better tyres on there than what Captain Muffin does as well. So
these guys are all going to have to go 2 more laps at least. Side by side, front straight. McLaren v. the Viper. You'd expect the Viper to be able to hold on here. But you can just see the difference in the lines these cars are able to turn. That McLaren can turn on a dime. Oh, he's run wide. The understeer's caught him out.
Yeah, the right front on that Viper is absolutely shot now.
Well done, Black Project. He's made it work. Oh, jeez. Captain Muffin's not giving up on it yet, though.
He's Scotty G's looking like he's going to have a look at him at the bottom, the right-handed before the hill as well. He's tucked right underneath the rear wing of that Viper.
Nux sets off on his final lap. Nearly 5 seconds clear of cruising. Karen may have had a little bit of an incident. He's dropped off 2 seconds now off the back of 2 further seconds off the back of Lucky. So our top 4 looks like top 5. Looks pretty settled. Ricky Bobby. We mentioned him earlier. Maybe it was a tad harsh. Off, you're right. But it just seemed to me at the time that he had NASCAR well and truly covered. And as we come around the final time, he's not going to get him. That's somewhat to NASCAR's credit too, I suppose. He was able to absorb the pressure. Make it work.
Yeah, the Muffin agrees with you, mate. Tough love.
Just a tad. Oh, geez, very wide there. On the grass, Muffin nearly threw it all the way on the last lap. Don't know where Scotty is, or if he's involved in any of that at all.
No, he's not quite close enough to be involved in anything yet.
That was a heart-in-your-mouth moment for Captain Muffin.
Yeah.
Ran it right up on the grass. He'll be thanking his lucky stars that it didn't turn him round.
All right, Knuckles is about to cross the line.
Yep, we're on board. Knuckles, there he goes. Congratulations to Lucky's Lawn Care. They take out race 2, Sardegna B.
Nice drive.
Group B.
Second.
Cruisin grabs that second position. And Lucky grabs that third. So 2 of the top 3 spots filled by Lucky's Lawn Care. Both of those boys will probably get promoted, I would have thought, along with Cruisin'. The good thing about this current setup, which I'm just realising, is there's none of that racing 2 weeks in a row, no matter what happens, is there?
No.
So the promotion doesn't mean they're racing next week. They're still racing in a fortnight's time. Like it. Like it a lot.
So Captain Muffin's going to get over the line in front of Scotty G. Scotty G's going to finish 10th in the Cornerstone Ferrari.
VF 11th.
VF 11th.
And Berry finish in 12th. Jimmy Superfly lap down.
13th.
He's done. I'll get you to run through that finishing order for us, Jimmy, when you get a chance. Okay. Oh, that's going to be quite interesting now that I'm looking at these points. It wasn't anywhere near the mark, was I? Go for it, mate.
Alright, so we got Knuckles in the Alpha, Cruisin' in the Alpha, Lucky in the Alpha as the podium. Karen come back from whatever he did at the start to finish 4th. That was a good drive. NASCAR 5th. Ricky Bobby 6th. Didn't hurt. Yeah, he should have come to the lap earlier. Anyway, Old Wakey finished the 7th for Aussie Hampton in the NSX. Black Project, he finished 8th in the Andy, made up a few spots there at the end with the fresh tyres on. Captain Muffin 9th, Scotty G in 10th in the Invisible Ferrari, and then VF in the second of the Aussie Hampton cars 11th, Barry 12th, 13th with Jimmy Superfly, and we lost Scooter about halfway through the race.
Unfortunately, yep.
In Viper. And fastest lap was Knuckles with a 1:24 flat on lap 21.
Pardon me. Well, there we go. Just having a look at the points table, and I was a bit all over the shop with potential promotions, but just looking at the points there, if anybody's likely to go up, it might be NASCAR and Ricky Bobby. The boys in the Alphas, a bit further down the pack there. I don't know if they're going to quite rack up enough points, and it obviously all comes down to what happens in this next race as well. So after all of that, there may be no promotions at all.
Yeah, I think the Lucky's Lawn Care guys and the RC Double L cars had Mercedes round 1 Benzes.
Okay. So we're looking at driver of the day there. Karen's looking like the popular choice.
Yeah.
Most of them coming through for Karen, and I've got to agree with him. He had a fantastic recovery there. Terrible start, which really, you're not knowing the full reason why he had the terrible start, I suppose can be factored in as not being driver of the day if you have a terrible start. But the recovery was definitely a cracker. Finished in 4th position in the end. And that Porsche is going to be a car to keep your eye on, I think.
Yep, especially in the Auto 1 colours, it'll be a jet, I think. It'll be, if there's no Alphas around, I think that thing will be pretty hard to beat.
We've got a couple of Porsches in the next race. We've got GTR there, if I'm not mistaken, just looking at these points, and Morgan Davey will be running Porsches in this next race, so might have to keep a close eye on those guys. And
Big Guns as well, he's in there as well.
Okay, yeah, well, he'll probably do the usual.
Yeah, we got the two Ragged Edge Porsches tonight, and Deeds Racing Porsche tonight.
Okay.
So in Group A.
See a couple of Counterpunch boys there as well. Well, this is exciting. I'm looking forward to it. We say thank you very much, Jimmy, for tonight.
Thank you.
Enjoyed that. That was good. But we will leave the world of B. But first, I need to do what I always forget to do, which is just skip over to... Oh, what's going on? There. And rejoin the good doc. Good doc, you there?
Good evening, mate. I'm back. How we doing?
Good, mate. Good. Exciting first race.
Yeah. The Alphas had a bit of a field day at the front there.
They did. No doubt.
Good to see Karen put together a good race there to recover and get back up to 4th though. So he's going to be a strong contender this season, I think, now with Porsche power.
Yeah. Well, if anything, I think he probably made up time on the Alphas from where he got to, because he was, like we were saying earlier, he got down to as low as 11th, 10th or 11th.
Yeah, okay.
And he would have finished maybe a good, maybe 12 seconds off Nux at the front. So with a better start, he might have been right up there with them. But yeah, the Alphas had a good day on this particular track today, and it leads you to believe that a couple of guys, D-Flow, is he the only one in this next race?
There's one lone Alfa Romeo race tonight.
Say again, mate.
There's one lone Alfa Romeo.
One lone Alfa Romeo, and quite a few Porsches from what we saw. So,
and quite a few Ferraris too tonight.
Okay.
Another big Viper as well, and I think there's a McLaren floating around as well. So an interesting field tonight for Group A.
Mate, we are ready whenever you are.
All right, I'll send these guys to qualifying.
This should be exciting. There's some big names in here tonight, guys. If anybody wants to throw up a smoky or a potential winner in chat, guys. Now, who am I going to go with?
10 minutes of qualifying. Let's go racing in Group A.
I'm going to put my money on Troy as long as he doesn't try it.
Huh?
You've just ruined it for him now. Cause
you've jinxed him. You know you're not meant to mention him.
Yeah, but don't put him on TV then and it'll be alright.
We'll start on board with him. How about that?
Get it out of the way in the first outlap for qualifying. That's the way to do it. I like it.
That's how you get guys of the day.
All right, who's going to go out first? Looks of it. Where Mountain goes. The kid's out in front at the moment. What's this good old GT Sport tree?
So hopefully we've got... I'm just going to do a quick check and see if we've got all 14 runners. We do. Excellent.
Yeah, I've got 14 myself as well, which is good to see. Stavey bringing up the rear as he likes to.
All right, so the kid leads the way.
He does. He'll be a good indication of how strong the Mercedes is tonight too. I heard Jimmy had a bit of a rough run there in Group B, so...
Yeah, well, he fell well behind the pack there, but it'd be interesting to see what Mountain goes capable of extracting from the AMG.
Tried it as paying $2.50 through Sportsbet. I'd get on that.
Hey.
Here we go. Look at this little battle pack already. These guys are not giving an inch. So we've got TX3 GDR at the moment at the head of the field with the little Alfa Romeo D-Flow tucked in behind there with the chill-out systems on the side. He's a contender tonight. Probably doesn't quite have it easy as the other Alphas in Group B, but definitely a strong package around here. Atom testing out his new Ferrari. He started the season in a BMW for Group A last fortnight, sorry. So Ferrari's been pretty handy around here as well. Mountain going done, so speedy tyres, currently 5th. Also testing out a new chassis in the F-Type Jag. These guys went from the Corvette after the regulations had kind of strangled their old car, unfortunately.
Yeah,
so they're changing it up,
that
going British.
24 hours spent on that Corvette livery for one race. Awesome.
They've gone from a American Corvette to a British Corvette.
Yep.
Good to see.
TK, is he the filling tonight?
He's the call-up. He was officially supposed to be in B tonight, but when there was a bit of a shuffle through the grid, he got the call-up into A, so he's flying the flag for Red Miss Racing in his new Ferrari. And that stunning green beacon Grapple livery. I really love those green beacon cars this season. They look fantastic. They look better and better every time they get redone, which seems to be every round. So by the end of the season, they're going to be just magical.
What's that, an NSX, is it?
Yep, Merlin on the sides. CJ Esports. These guys here aren't overly happy with the Honda anymore. They reckon it's
turned into a little bit of a nightmare for them.
Bit of a tyre killer now. It lost quite a bit in the regulation change, unfortunately. There's always someone with a hard luck story. I feel like it's probably these guys at the moment. Hoping the tracks come to them a bit. As we get the first time, Steve-O leads them across the line for the first time round. Corgi goes to second in the McLaren. We haven't seen him yet. Xenox on the sides for Blacklight.
So D-Flow with the biggest first of the flies of 123.9, which I believe is quicker than anything we saw.
Cyborg to the top, 23.8.
Bang, there he is.
Opens the count. Mr. 5 time there in the racing Forza Ferrari here. Another guys here. These
Yes,
guys
sir.
have swapped their American Corvette for an Italian Corvette. It's facing the wrong way.
That's what happens when the boss is away. The mice will play. I've left and come back to 2 brand new manufacturers, and I really don't know what's going on.
What's going on, guys? Where's my Corvette's gone?
Yeah.
They put him in the dumpster. So V8, quietly V8 they got to 3rd in qualifying there in his first lap. An Auto 1 Porsche. These guys stayed with the Porsche. And even these guys aren't overly happy with the new regulations. They reckon their car's an absolute bucket of bolts these days.
Okay.
This car was pretty racy on the original regulations, but now she's got a bit more weight, so they're not overly happy at the moment. But at the moment they're 3rd and 5th on the road, so
Yeah.
locking down the top 5 for both cars. Morgan Davey there in the other Porsche is hopped into the pits. He was currently 6th position. He's back out again now.
Well, the Porsche driver in the first race was able to walk away with driver of the race, so might not be that bad a package. It's all about relativity. How does it stack up against the rest of them? It's all right to say it used to be this, it used to be that, but everybody's been affected. It's just a matter of how they stack up against the rest of these cars.
What was the pole position time in Group A? Group B,
Man, I
sorry.
know fastest lap of the race was a 1:24 flat, pretty much. Pole just
Yep.
got me. Can't
'Cause at the
remember.
moment-
Jimmy might be able to tell us.
We got DJ at the moment, currently 14th in the CJ Esports Honda NSX, and he's done a 24.7 for 14th position. He's 0.9 of a second off pole position at the moment, and he's 14th. So it's less than a second covering the entire field at the moment, guys.
Yep.
Pole in the Group B race was a 24-1.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so 24.1. Let me have a look, see if I can find 24.1.
Well, 24-1 doesn't get you a top 14.
24.1
Oh, sorry,
in this
sorry,
lobby
sorry.
at the
Of course.
moment.
Yes,
Would be
yes.
good for position 6.
Yeah.
24.1 so far. So TX3, Corgi, V8, D-Flow and Brocky have all out-qualified Group B already on their first lap. Thanks there, Brad. Just called that one in the chat as well.
So, who's our carrier of the champ? Lucas?
Sorry.
Who's our carryover champ from last season?
VLX.
BLX.
Currently, TX3 as he's called now. Currently in position number 5 in the Porsche.
That's who I had on
Car
camera. I
number 1.
suspected that was the case.
Yep.
In the Porsche.
Car 1 or Auto 1 with Car 1 on the side, so that works out really well with the sponsorship deal. Big number 1 on the back to tell everyone who he is.
Just a tad wide there. So all these guys should be on outlets if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, most of them are. I think D-Flow was the only one to go around again. He didn't improve.
So we expect
Still
him to
second.
come in. Yep.
He's just gone through the pits now, so he's on an outlap. Everyone else is on a hot lap, so he's got to be mindful of this. The guys behind him are at speed. He needs to sort of
Just on
be
board
mindful
with
of the guys
V8
behind.
at the moment.
He's got Brocky filling his mirrors as well, which is not a nice place to be. Whenever that cornerstone car, regardless of manufacturer, whenever that's right behind you, you tend to get nervous.
The gap from V8 to Brocky at the moment is less than a tenth.
Yeah, so it's... well, there we go. Look at this. So D-Flow and V8 are exactly the same time.
Okay, is that what that means? I can work it out.
123.908 is their qualifying time, so they can't be split between the Porsche and the Alfa Romeo. So they're 0.091 off Brocky. Corgi currently 4th is 0.150, and he's got Kiwi Raikkonen right in his back bumper. These guys here both race for the same FSR team in FIA, so Kiwi's probably getting a bit of a tow from the McLaren in the big Viper. These guys are practicing this in final practice tonight as well. I saw them as they both go into the pits. Speedy tyres there improves to a 24.6. Artiethump improves to a 24.1. Kiwi Raikkonen goes to the top. That was interesting.
Well, by one
So he took
one-thousandth
that
of a second.
He took that slipstream all the way up pit entry. I'm not sure how
By
the
lick of
stewards going to
paint,
see that.
Brocky with a chance to respond. Doesn't get it done. Or is this his flyer? Starting
He
now.
was on that lap. He's going now, yeah.
Yep.
Kiwi Raikkonen there, guys. He followed followed Corgi into the pit entry and then come back. I thought he was into the pits, and he snuck himself back out. Got that 23.8. So I don't know how the stewards are going to see that as a. Are they going to be upset with him crossing the pit line? I don't know.
Bit of a messy lap so far from Brocky. I've seen him throw tyres onto the grass a couple of times now. It's not his cleanest lap. see one of the Revolution cars, I think it is, just pulled off to the side there.
Yeah, these guys are doing a great job to get out of the way. That was Raikkonen getting out of the way of everybody. He's just finished his fast lap. He just pulled over on the side to let everybody go through.
Smallest possible margin.
Yep. I think he's backing up here for Corgi looking at this. Corgi's just approaching his rear bumper now. Does he get out of the way or does he give him a tow? Because that big wing on that Viper looks really, really enticing for the McLaren here to get a bit of speed. Come on, guys! You're not on the same team in this championship. You've got to play like you're against each other. TX3 at the moment on an outlap in the Porsche, just about to line up for a quick one.
He's only 2.5 tenths off the lead, off pole position. Gaps are very small.
I'm just going back down the bottom at the moment. So DJ Brain is improved slightly, but he's AEST goes around in front of him there. Still 0.9 of a second off the lead, but less than a second against the best drivers in the country. You can't argue with that at the moment. Whereas the two counterpunch boys got some work to do on the Jag though. They're 12th and 13th at the moment, doing a mid 24 each. That said though, they're not far off the pack. Like, Diego's 0.6 of a second off pole position and he's in 12th position. And Speedy Tyson's 0.7. And they're on their final lap now, these guys. Qualifying has gone really quick.
It has. Just on 3 minutes to go. Just
Adams just spun it again, so he's done for the session now. He's out of the way with the Ferrari. He's just going to get himself right off the track and let these guys go through. Nice job there from Adam. He's bollocks that though. He's finished himself off. Davey, how can he improve? Doesn't improve. No, he does. Slightly to 7th. Just
on with T-Jam at the moment. Got the promotion,
Brocky's
the late
put
promotion.
The 2 in the rack. He's second at the moment. He's put the pits in. He's done. He's finished.
Okay.
D-Flow doesn't improve. He stays 3rd. Looking at Corgi now. He's the next one in line to get across the line, I think, from the top runners.
I reckon Brocky might get another go.
No, he's in the pits. He's done.
Oh, he's not coming back out. Yeah, right.
No, he's finished. This is in overtime now, so remaining time 2 minutes and 3.
Gotcha.
Final lap for most of these guys, I think. As GDR goes to 3rd, knocks off D-Flow. What's Corgi got? 4th position.
Improves.
D-Flow's just wiggled down the order a little bit there in the Alpha. He didn't improve on his second lap, so he did it at 1:23.9 second lap out, and then didn't improve again from there.
We've got the entire field covered by less than a second.
Yep. Now he's got to wait because Brocky's sitting in the pits and AEST's sitting in the pits as well, so the timer's got to kick down for these guys at the moment. So minute 25 till we go green for the race, guys, but interesting qualifying. Sort of interesting, not really interesting though. The same guy, right guys at the top of the tree.
Yeah,
the guys you expect to be up there, I suppose.
It's quite interesting. So, yeah. First race, we did get to see that Viper and McLaren go side by side down the straight, and the advantage of the Viper wasn't as great as I thought it would be.
Well, looking at the top 5 at the moment, Corgi's in a real shot here with that McLaren off the line, because that thing's an absolute rocket ship off. If he can get this start right, he might jump the Viper, because the Viper's awfully slow off the line with that big car, massive engine, overcooks the tyres if you get it too aggressive, and then it bogs down if you get it too sedate. So it doesn't like to start the race. Very fast car once it's going. Not really into actually starting though. Brocky's probably going to be in a good shape here at the moment, but look at that split for the lead though. 0.001 pole to second. That is just wow. You can't split that, guys. TX3 GDR was 0.015 off the back, then another 0.052 back to Corgi. 0.024 to D-Flow, who was still tied with V8. Those guys, neither of those guys improved.
Top so 6 are all within a tenth.
Yep.
And
then it was 0.2 back to Davey. So you're looking at people like Morgan Davey, who's qualified 7th, but he's 0.3 of a second off pole position and 7th place. Like,
all right. Well, it's about to get interesting. You can do the honours for us here, mate. In what should be.
I'll do my very best.
An absolute cracker. Here we go.
All right. Viper from pole. That's what we want to see. Windscreen wiper already going on Raikkonen's car. Might be one of those guys that likes it for the concentration factor. Wash McCorkey off road 2 there in the McLaren. Wait for the lights now. It's going to be a long hold here at Sardegna. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 lights. We're ready to go. Oh, great start there from V8 from row 3. Huge start from the Porsche. Jumps Corgi easily. So, looks like the Cyborg's got to the lead there. The Viper's tucked into second, but the two Porsches from Auto 1 are going to split the Viper into turn 1. Which way is he going to cover? TX3 tries the inside. They're 3 wide behind him as Morgan Davey goes past Corgi and V8 down the inside in the Deeds Porsche.
Oh, jeez. Brocky got that thing just
here.
rocketed off the line, but yeah, mid-pack.
Great start there as well from Diego in the Jaguars. He's jumped about 4 spots. He's up to 9th. On the outside of Adam at the moment, but further back up the front here. Corgi's on the outside, currently 4th. Morgan Davey to the inside. A Cyborg leads him down the hill.
So Auto 1 Porsches are just getting bullied around a little bit here.
Yeah, McLaren just opened up the muscle a little bit there and just edged TX3 out of the way a little bit. Brocky takes control.
Oh, a bit of contact there between one of the Ferraris and the Jaguar.
Oh, Deflo's been absolutely monster off the start of this race. He's back in 14th from 6th on the grid.
Yeah, he didn't go anywhere off the line. He just sat there having a cup of tea.
Oops.
Well, he's got it all to do now.
Let's look at this Kiwi Raikkonen now. He's got a point to prove, Kiwi, because he started the championship in Group B, being one of the newest recruits. And now,
penalty. Penalty, Brocky. Half-second penalty. He just
cut the final turn.
Yeah, he did.
He's trying to take the slipstream as well from the Ferrari. He jumps across for that.
He's going to lose a couple of spots here.
Yeah, they're going to run him down into turn 1. So Corgi slips through as well into a podium.
Oh, that could be a real costly mistake. That.
Absolutely.
That half a second could be all the difference now. Not only is he finding himself
battle now.
Yeah, buried in 4th there, but to clear these quicker guys, it's easy said than done.
Oh, backs out of it. But that's going to back him up to Brocky as well. TX3's there as well in the Porsche.
On board with Corgi.
Adam makes a move on Mount, go at the back, backs out of it, tucks the Ferrari in the inside apex, so just sticks the nose in there, gets it done. Now they're going to be side by side down the hill, long straight here. He's going to give the Mercedes time to open up the taps. He's going to be on the outside. He's on the optimum line here at the moment, the kid. He's going to push Adam to the inside. He's going to make him go in the corner really shallow. Adam goes deep into the corner zone, gets on the inside. But now the crisscross is on. Can the Mercedes get the power down? Not quite.
Yeah, the agility of the Ferrari won out there.
Kid's on him though. Mercedes is going to have some hammer throw for power down the straight. So if he sits in the toe here around these last couple of corners, he might be able to get a good run onto the straight and run him into turn 1. Geez, that Viper's out to a bit of a lead. 1.1 seconds in closing, pulling away at the moment.
On board with the kid.
Stretching the legs.
Now we got hazards on the Ferrari.
Look at the straight line on the Mercedes here. He's giving him a flash of the lights as well, lets him know. Geez, they're reeling down V8 at the moment. He was slow to that last turn.
Yeah, I think V8 dropped out of the slipstream of the cars in front of him, which just exposed him.
Oh, look at this battle in front though.
Oh, a little bit of slight contact.
Brocky, Corgi, Morgan and TX3. So these guys are the guys that have been hammering Thomas for the last couple of seasons. They're still going at it.
Oh, Kiwi Raikkonen, he's out to 1.2 seconds. That's a little bit scary.
Yeah, well, the Viper will fall back to the field though when it starts burning that front tyre up. So I feel that Davey's in a good position at the moment as well though in the Porsche. That car's pretty balanced.
Well, Karen was able to extract good speed out of that Porsche, even on worn tyres. So it leaves Morgan Davey here with some hope.
Word is that D-Flow couldn't set the lights at the start. That's why he was so slow on the line. The lights didn't light up for him.
Oh.
So everybody else
heard of that one. There's always a new one. All right, so Brocky's managed to get out in front of Corgi. Now in 3rd. Yeah, he just took a bit too much of that final corner, didn't he? I think he may have run all 4 tyres on the grass. Here he goes.
Here we go. Brocky's going to make a move down this sort of Davey into turn 1. Very solid move there. These guys here, they've been banging door handles for 2 seasons.
Playing
as
the keys.
TX3, the background gets a little bit wide. Corgi's going to take a run on the outside now, but that's not the spot you want to be. He's going to try and hang it all the way around the outside here. He's keeping it on. No. Oh, goes to the inside. Aggressive move from Corgi.
He's going to get it done.
He is too. But Davey stays on the inside. The Porsche is going to be down the inside for the next turn. Gives him a flash of the lights, tells him get out of the way.
Oh, he's in a Porsche sandwich.
Look at Tex on the outside, takes the 2 wheels on the grass.
Oh,
Tucks it
geez.
in.
He was lucky not to get turned around there.
Wow.
Awkward position for Corgi. They've all
Adam in the
survived.
background as well, putting a look on V8 as well. So the Ferraris are looking pretty strong here at the moment. T-Jam's there as well for someone that's been called up out of B. He's right there with the kid. Top 10 is pretty close. It's 2 seconds back to 10th. Then you got Speedy Tyres, Diego, D-Flow, and the 2 Alphas. Sorry, the 2 Hondas. There's Kiwi Raikkonen now, 1.1 seconds. So they actually are starting to draw him back in again now. So the Cyber, but spearhead of the chase pack. 0.6 seconds clear of Davey at the moment. Down the straight. This is where the Porsche starts to struggle. It doesn't have the top end of some of these other cars.
This battle for third is going to get hot.
Here it comes, down the inside, Corgi. Oh, Davey
Light
goes
touch.
really deep into one. He's hung out there on the outside. Corgi's going to try and stick nose in. Doesn't quite get it done. Jeez, Davey could get in deep on that Porsche. He got so deep into the corner when on the brakes.
TX3 is just hanging in here, waiting for it to all go off. And he's going to see himself.
These tyres at the moment as well. So obviously with the sprint format these days, there's no fuel burn on these guys anymore. And so it's all about looking after the rubber at the moment. Brocky's in the best shape for tyres out of the top 6. Not by a huge amount, but he's definitely starting to get the Ferrari into a position where he could be fighting for the lead. He's 0.6 of a second. He's inside slipstream of the big Viper as it climbs the hill.
Looks like V8 might be closing the gap to GT3 here. Those 3 cars have been battling pretty hard. You can only expect their tyres to be slightly more worn than perhaps the 2 cars behind them.
He's just quietly working his way back up to him at the moment. He's bringing those 2 Red Mist Ferraris with him as well, so don't count those guys out either.
So as it stands at the moment, we've got Ragged Edge, Red Mist.
Don't say that, Scooter. Please don't say that. Said the start like glitch might be a pit glitch as well. I hope not. I really do. That's DDR down the inside.
Whoa. He blinked. Oh, there's a bit of contact. He's got sideways. Oh, he caught it.
He caught it. Still sliding it. Wow, that car had a massive tank slap on us.
Oh, there we go.
Miraculously caught that.
V8's taking advantage.
That was some great driving from Walker Davey to catch hold of that there. That was all over the place.
Just the initial move there looked a little on the aggressive side. I should have hit that replay button.
Ah, the pit glitch is on.
What does that mean?
The cars aren't coming out of the pits because D-Flow shot in early to get tyres early and he's not on track anymore. Let's just going to grab the running order real quick before these guys start pitting.
Do we do a reduced 30-minute race or do we do right from the start?
They did a 20-minute sprint last time this happened.
We're at 30 minutes now, 31:40.
Yeah. They're going to have to come down to 20 minutes so they don't have to stop.
Gotcha.
This game sucks.
Brocky's just about to put the move too. Side by side.
Well, I've got a screen grab from when the thing happens. So what we'll do is I'll just red flag it now.
Yep. Well, that's unfortunate.
As Adam spins around anyway. I've saved myself a screen grab, so I'm going to send that to myself now.
Yep.
So I can get these guys restarted in the grid order they were. Unfortunately, with D-Flow being the one in the pits, I don't know where he was on the road when he went into the pits. He's just messaging me now actually to let me know where he was. So hopefully I'll get a general idea of what position he was in.
Well, that's a little bit unfortunate, guys. We had a good thing going, but there's nothing that can be done other than to reset it up. And we'll start with 20 minutes left on the clock, which will mean
It just
they'll...
sucks for these poor guys though.
Yeah, of
fair.
course.
It's not fair.
We have managed to get a screenshot of positions there, so it should all be good. Just while we have this little bit of a break, guys in chat, anybody given the new F1 game a crack yet? I think it's been about 20 hours on it the last 3 days. Notice there was a few guys there in the friends list that were showing up as having...
Defo's just going to check though. They're saying he was 10th.
Okay.
Alright, so I've got a couple different people telling me he was 10th. So I'll pop him in on 10th on the grid. So give me a couple of seconds, guys. I'll get this going. And we'll have to run again. This is the second time this has happened. So love letter to Polyphony Digital. Please stop.
Well, if they haven't fixed it by now... Hey. Karen, you been giving it a go, mate? Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with it. Playing it on PS5. I'd have to give it a go on the old PC too. Anyway, it looked like
what do we go?
the Counterpunch boys are struggling a little bit by the looks of it.
It's going to have to be a pit stop on a 20-minute race. It's going to have to be a one stop.
Yep. You'll have to put that into maybe the lobby chat. Just to clarify.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm working on it. A lot
Yeah,
going
no
on.
rush, mate. No rush. I know. Anyways, remember back in, what would it have been now, 3 years ago when we started all of this? Getting a race started was an absolute nightmare. 3 and 4 attempts before it would, sometimes not even then. It's been a rather unfortunate ongoing story with Gran Turismo Sport.
It has.
It's
actually starting to really wear thin on people because...
yeah, well, it just, like you say.
It's not fair on the guys that are racing at the moment. You got someone like Brocky there was battling for the lead. Probably took the lead right at the end of that before we red flagged it. He's going to have to start from second again, which just isn't fair because he was right in that.
He did get a bloody good start though. That Ferrari looks like it gets off the line pretty quick, so it might give him the opportunity.
Come on,
to be.
Come on, PlayStation. Even the PlayStation app's playing up on me. I can't get my thing up. There we go. So this game's getting awfully long in the tooth for this sort of thing, because it's starting to really affect how this stuff goes on. Makes it really hard for us to do what we're doing.
You just think by now, like I say, if they haven't fixed it by now, it ain't going to get fixed.
They're not gonna. No. Yeah.
No. All the attention will be going into the new game, and it's just ridiculous. Some of these games, they make so much money out of them.
The problem we've got with this too, though, is if this keeps having to be a problem, we're going to have to make a call and just take tyre wear out of the equation as well, so these guys just sprint run the race or something. Because at the moment, every time we go to the pit lane, these guys are getting hamstrung to the point where we've got to stop the race and restart it, which
so this happened round 1 as well, did it?
It happened in round 1 Group B as well. So, from all accounts I'm getting is... his D-Flow was running 10th. He was just clear of your two boys in Counterpunch there. I don't think these guys would actually try to lead me astray, so I'm fairly certain they're all telling me the truth.
You'll know about it if they do, trust me.
Yeah. Alright, so let me just give you the grid real quick, guys, just so we know where we're at. So Kiwi Raikkonen from pole, Brocky on row 1 with him, TX3 GDR and Corgi out of row 2, V8 Falcon and Mork and Davey out of row 3. Position 7 is Adam with TJ right next to him, so Red Miss Racing holds out the 4th row. Mountain Goats actually had a big lose out there, he's dropped back to 9th there with Defo right beside him, in 10th in the Alpha. Speedy Tyres out of 11th with Artiethump next to him, Diego and DJ Brain off the back row.
Okay. Let me do...
Okay, let's try this again. Thanks very much to the guys in the lobby tonight for actually your patience. I know it's frustrating for you guys, especially the guys who are having a great race. Let's just hope and pray that it goes well for everybody. Hopefully these guys have finished talking amongst themselves before I set the race off. Alright, 20 minutes. Cross everything that they actually get the pit stop right.
Oh yeah.
V8's saying he won't get a start like that again.
All right. Take 2. 20 minutes. 1 stop to go. All lined up, hopefully in positions they were in prior to the stop. Hopefully no more issues.
All right, all you engineers that are talking to the drivers at the moment, can you let me know straight away if we don't have lights up for somebody? Just so I know ahead of time. I'd rather know before they have to stop the race again. All right, so second time round, they're going again. And it looks like Kira Rocket's going to be off the line, but it looks like Cyborg's right beside him this time. He's going to run
done it again.
He's going to rough into the stick up Kiwi. He got to the lead and he's lost it again. But at the moment they're going to fan out into turn 1. Corgi tries it down the inside. Kiwi Rocket comes off. Oh, Brocky's won right out of 1. Oh, that's not a good start. That means that Rocket's going to get back to the lead. Ferrari's going to get busted out on the outside. He's going to be struggling to get in from there. Corgi's going to try and make it. Hold him out wide as well. Corgi holds him out as well. So now he's going to tuck in. At the moment, I'm just looking back down the field, so it looks like D-Flow's lost 1 spot as well. And Diego's dropped off the back of the pack, so there might have been a bit of an issue there with the Jaguar. Hopefully everybody's going alright this time, and you can see everything, and we're all going right. As Kerry Ruckman leads him up the hill for the first time. Cyborg goes cover line down the inside to cover off from Corgi. He's deep there in the Ferrari. I think he gives Daniel a tactic, he's another one. And they go 3-wide up the hill. As Corgi goes around the outside of both of them. Tries it anyway. Brocky puts the muscles out in the Ferrari now. He's had enough of this bull stuff. He's just going to get into it.
Well, this is playing out well for Kiwi. He's managed to put a nice second and a bit of advantage. Nice clean air.
Same thing happened last time. The Viper got away from the pack and took him a good 6 laps to catch him down as well. So they've got to behave themselves here. At the moment, look at the losers and winners at the moment. So a little bit down the field. Adam there's done really well here so far. He's tucked on the back of these guys. So he's in the top 7, right in the back of this little battle pack here. Mountain Goat in the Mercedes has recovered nicely to 8th. He's got 1 spot. So going again. So Cyborg back to 2nd position.
Corgi's run a little wide.
TX3 has a look on the outside. Look at Morgan with the late dive on the inside as well. He's going to try and get tucked in behind Corgi to get on the inside of TX3. Does it again. They're going to run side by side. TX3's going to have the inside line now down this kink. And he's going to run Morgan right out to the fence. That was a really smart move there. Ran him out wide, covered him off.
Corgi's going to have nightmares with Porsches tonight, I think.
He is. He's the cork in the bottle with the Porsche party at the moment. It's the 3 of them are tucked right in behind him. Up the hill. Oh,
somebody's run wide.
There in the background. It's Alpha. D-Flow. He's off. As Brocky sets off after Kiwi Raikkonen now. He's inside a 2nd, so he's not wasting any time this time. I'm not getting any messages from anyone telling me that the lights are not gone out, so I think we might be okay. Crossing my fingers.
Cross fingers, cross toes. Brocky sets out after Kiwi. What have we got? 7 tenths. And Corgi with a big Porsche problem.
Huge Porsche problem. This TXC goes to the inside now. This is a good run from the Porsche. Right down the inside, late brake with the Porsche. Oh, Morgan Davey goes with him as well. He's a demon on the brakes, Morgan, isn't he? He did that in the first race as well. Really, really deep on the brakes. But he's going to get shuffled out really deep here. Like Corgi.
Oh, jeez, now he's in amongst 4 of them. He's the McLaren seems to be a stable car though. It tends to go where he wants it to go. He does.
It does for him. I wouldn't say the same thing for me, but for Corgi, it's a bloody great car. He loves it. It's not my ideal package.
That Ferrari's joining in on the back there.
Just looking down the back of the pack at the moment. The Corvettes are both. The 2 Jaguars have both fallen off the back of the field. Trying to figure out why. Unless they've redressed for D-Flow.
Diego's must have had a problem.
Well, they're both speedy tyres off the back as well, so
yeah.
Something's happened there between those 2. I don't know what's gone on there, but they're both a long way off the back of the pack, a lot further back than they were in the first race.
Still that 7/10 lead for Kimi Raikkonen.
Oh, Adam's in this now. He's going to run on V8 up the straight. He's going to use the Corvette. I keep saying Corvette. Going to use the slipstream from the McLaren along the straight there. Look at the Porsche though. nice looking Ferrari, that one as well, with the red Miss Racer. What's that? Windjammer on the side of that one in the bright red. Really, really nice looking
It's in the right colours, isn't it?
Yep. How's the lead looking? So the lead's gone down to half a second now. Cyborg in the danger zone here now. He's in the slipstream. Under that enormous ribbing on the Viper.
4/10.
TX3 with a little bit of work to do. He's got Morgan David for company. Corky's just starting to fall off the back of this little front car.
Yeah.
Field's actually spreading out a little bit more than it did in the first race.
It has.
Ironically.
Brocky has set a quickest lap of 1:23.6.
That's
And he
a
is
stonking lap.
now right in the slipstream of the big Viper.
Yeah, he should almost have it done here along the straight, I think. It's a big long straight. If he gets a good run out of the final turn. You got to remember too, though, he did catch that penalty in the first race as well.
He
Dropped
did.
him down the order a little bit, so this is probably a bit of a redemption run for him at the moment. Gets him where he should have been, really. Oh,
He's wide again.
He's in the final turn.
Toying with it.
He's playing with that line, isn't he? As he's tucked it out of the wing of the Viper now. So Raikkonen, what's he going to do? Is he going to sit on the inside or is he going to go out wide? Right in the middle of the track. He's going to make Brocky out the inside. As he does, here it comes.
He's not mucking around.
Raikkonen gives him room. He's not going to look to tuck in. Doesn't want to get in a tangle with him. Tucks in behind it. See what the Viper can do in a tow.
Oh, they got to get through all this twisty stuff on the back side of the track first. But yeah,
They
it'd be
can't get
interesting
too
to see.
cute either because the Porsches are coming. It's funny, it seems like it takes the Porsches a couple of laps to get up to speed, but once they're there, it becomes a very balanced package. Just down the order at the moment.
I don't think it's as affected by tyre wear as these front two cars. I think
No,
through the
probably
middle
not. Much
stint,
lighter car again, though.
you'll find that they'll get stronger as the stint goes.
I think Troy might have had a Troy at the moment here. He's back to 9th.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So he's
yep,
dropped
he's
off the
behind
back
the
here.
AMG. Yep.
Artiethump though, he's doing a great job in the Honda at the moment. He's currently 7th. The car's not been very well balanced out of the new
Much
regulations. It's hurt a lot, but he's doing a great job in it.
Here we go. We're going to see what this Viper can do in a tow.
We're hoping everything's crossed that he can get right on him again, because tell you what, the danger sides of the
Brocky's
package
line
when Brocky
there.
gets away from him. It's closing in. Yep, it's closing in quickly too. He might be able to get a run on him here. Which way does he go? He's going to go to the outside. Brocky covers to the inside. He's going right out to the front.
Oh, he's put a wheel on the sand.
You know, it actually helped him get it in, get the nose in quick though. Flick the nose in. But now he's right on the back bumper of the Ferrari again. He's going to have to go all over again now because the Ferrari's going to be nimble around the corners.
Those Porsches are coming into play now.
Yeah, they're here now. Look, this is a four-car battle, and these four will slow each other down. It will bring Corky and Adam back into it. So Adam there now 6th as well, so he'll get back into this battle very shortly as well. So he'll be looking at this up the road going, yep, you guys battle away. Bring me back into it. How good is it to see a Datsun racing car battling for the lead of Group A? It's been a while. As Morgan Davey just tries the outside lunge there and TX3, he shuts the door on him. As they go side
Jeez,
by
it doesn't
side
get any
on the
closer
hill
than
there.
this.
This is going to suck into the turn though. It's not a two-way street.
Going to
through
get
here.
caught out wide. The Porsche's going to take advantage of it.
They're both going to get him here because he's out wide, holding out wide. Oh no! Oh, they're through. They're too wide again. Can they get running? Oh, beautiful racing room from all the guys there as well. They let him stay on the outside there and didn't
They
cut
want
him
to be
off.
careful here. Brocky skipping. He's put 7/10 on him.
Sides of the field.
Yep.
Is he out the slipstream? Not quite. So they can maybe reel him in, but the Porsche's not the car to reel him in a straight line. It does not have the top end for this. Adam in the pits. I'm going to check this, guys, to make sure he goes through. Please, 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 please get through the pits. I can see cars in the pits. That's a good start. Right. Cars up. Tyres are going on.
I think we're good.
Just waiting on him to get out first though. He's out of the pits.
Okay.
So pit glitch is cleared. These guys are probably going to be green to the end now.
Oh,
This battle for second. The Cyborg is just skipping away now. These guys are really taking this race away from themselves by letting him go.
Corky's
1.1
rejoined the battle
seconds
too.
clear now. Corky's in it now. The McLaren's a pretty good car on worn tyres. It tends to balance out towards the end of the stint. Whereas the Viper's going to start to struggle.
Ferrari,
Especially now in
Porsche,
the pack.
Viper, McLaren.
Great spread of manufacturers here. Sidewalk starting to get loose. The Ferrari was wagging the tail through the back end of the circuit there. They'll all be in the pits this lap though. But can he get away with this? They're starting to reel him in. Those Porsches are so fast at the back end of their stint.
We saw one driver attempt an overcut in the earlier race, and
Here
it
they
proved to
come.
be fatal. So I don't expect anybody to
all
keep going.
That Corgi's pushing Kiwi
I
Rocket
saw
into
that.
the pits. Artiethump now 6th position. Doing a great job there, mate. Keep it up. As they're all in. So the first guy out of the pits, I believe, was Atom.
We got Adam in
So I'll
10th.
keep an eye on him. He's behind the two
Behind Diego.
counterpunch Jaguars. They're going to go in. They're having a rough day in the office.
Ferrari kicks on.
He's already been through, so he's coming out now. He'll be in this battle. He's going to be at speed at the bottom of the straight. He's currently 6th, but he's going to close in on these guys very, very quickly. Here he comes. Under brakes, he's going to be right in the back of this battle pack. He's in this
There we
battle
go.
now, guys.
6-way battle for the lead, guys.
How's Brocky? Brocky's 1.1 seconds clear. These guys need to spend a lap just towing and just make sure they get on the back of him, because if they let him go, he's going to win this race quite comfortably. If they start to battle now, he's got it on toast.
I think if
It's
Brennan,
TX3.
best thing they could probably do is let that Viper get out in front of the pack, to be honest.
That's why I tell a race driver, let the guy behind you that's not on your team. Let him pass.
Yeah, that's right. Good luck.
Brocky though.
1.1, Brocky.
Round 1. And people were questioning whether it was the car, but here he is now with probably the inferior car. And he's stomping his authority on this track, on this race.
I think he'd laid any doubts to rest a long while ago, Brocky, but he's still got work to do here. Oh, sideways. Oh, geez, that bit of drifting. Morgan Davey.
Good Raikkonen. His teammate as well from every other league in the country except for this one. Corgi and Raikkonen, both from FSR. Corgi currently 5th. I think he finished 5th in round 1 as well, so he'd be hoping to grab another spotty just to maintain the status quo a little bit, just get up a little bit. Adam is in this as well. He's not quite on the back of him at the
Starting
moment.
to drop
Just
off a
sitting
little bit
back.
off the back, yeah. But
But I feel like he's waiting for these guys
he's
to really
notorious
get
for
out.
it. We saw him do it all last season, where he was really
Yeah.
good on car management, time management.
This is the thing.
Got
If you
stronger
can
as
look
the
after
stint
the
went
rubber,
on. Yep.
As these guys all run out of tyres at the end,
Yep.
you'll be able to pick them all off one by one.
We've seen him use that strategy before to great effect.
Artiethump's doing a great job here, guys. Honda struggles around here now, and he's currently P7. That's a drive out of his skin at the moment for that car.
7/10 on V8. Just seems to be slightly off the pace of the top guys at the moment, V8. And as we said, may have had a bit of an incident earlier where he dropped back to 9th.
There's definitely a bit of a gap there. It's 4.9 seconds from 6th to 7th, but then you've got basically two battle packs. You've got the one for the top 6 and the one for the rest.
Just watching Mountain Goat and T-Jam. Mountain Goat's got a mirror full of Ferrari at the moment. Green Ferrari in this case.
Right, the gap for the lead is now 1 second. So it's started to stabilise a little bit. Can they get on the back of him? They need another 0.3 of a second to get the slipstream territory. The Porsche's doing everything they can to try and catch down that Ferrari. The big Viper, what can it do from 4th? New car for this round. We haven't really seen, not the track it's really going to be very strong on, but watch this car later in the season. As Morgan Davey does a big dive down the inside. And then checks the
Got it
wall up
done.
because he gets you on the apex. He has to basically stop the car. TX3's not happy, gives him a flash of the lights, tells him, what are you doing, mate?
It was aggressive, but there was a gap there.
was
He took
clear
it.
TX3, mate. He was in front. He had the whole car in front. As these guys are all doing their best laps. It's 23.7 for Morgan, 23.7 for 23.8, 23.9, 23.8.
Morgan's probably seeing
23.9.
TX really not making much of an impression on Brocky and thought he just needs to get out after him.
Yep. Well, if anyone's going to put an impression on Brocky, it's probably Morgan Davey. A big Porsche emblem on the back bumper.
You can't really
These
be
guys have had
waiting for Brocky to make a mistake, can you? You'll be waiting until the checkered flag. It just won't happen.
Corgi wide. This is next level stuff though with these guys here. Nose to tail.
Keep an eye on that gap.
It's hard
1.3. First to
It's
second.
harder to see when you're in that group. It's harder to pick your brake markers.
Oh,
You know, Cars in the slipstream as well. Dirty air makes it hard for it to turn in.
Oh,
It's
very
hard on the
wide,
floor.
TX. Will he get a penalty for that? It's going to be line ball. He's got it.
He did.
Half
There it
second.
is. He'd be upset with that.
Well, that's his race.
That's going to drop him. That's going to drop that behind Adam.
Yep.
Be a recovery from here for him. As the guys go streaming down the inside. But that basically unlocks the Viper now to chase after Morgan Davey. They're 1.1 seconds off the back of Brocky, who's putting control on this second race. Danger signs for the field though when he gets out in front. He basically photocopies laps and does them one after the other. Can't question the practice this guy puts in. Millimetre perfect every lap, no matter what the tyre wear, no what the car's doing, it's always the same thing.
Well, that Viper's definitely starting to slide. We're on board. And it's lost a lot of its stability. Great job.
Just looking at the tyre wear on at the moment. Front right is starting to hurt on some of these guys already. Well, they've got 4 minutes to go. There's a Viper sideways again. It's going to give Corgi a bit of a sniff. He'll be in the slipstream for the front straight here. He might be on the podium here in the Xenox Blacklight Cup. Be a bit excited about that. There's Adam still just sitting off the back of these guys at the moment, just waiting for a time to pounce. I don't think we've seen any of him yet. As TX3's just fallen off the back of the slipstream now, he's going to be hating life at the moment. He's in a world of pain.
That penalty saw him out of this race. It's a long way back from there. Brocky's gone for broke here.
Yep.
He's currently holding up well. 2/10 he's managed to claw back. Morgan Davey has a history of making life complicated for Brocky.
He does. I'd love to see these guys get up and about each other just for the
lag spike there for
I saw that
Morgan
again.
Davey.
Morgan, oh no, are we going to lose Morgan?
Better not.
Please don't. That was a big lag jump there. This tonight's service is not playing fair, is it?
No. And that'll put the fear of God in the Kiwi Raikkonen, seeing that happening in front of you. It's got to take away from your confidence a little bit. Hopefully it all settles down again. As we've seen now, the McLaren may be coming into its own. He's really starting to pressurise the back of the Viper. Oh, more lag spikes from
Oh, please don't drop out.
Morgan Davey.
Please, oh my God, don't drop out. Oh no. Oh, it's going to kill the race for Kiwi Raikkonen as well because he doesn't know where the car actually is.
No.
For him, he can see a car that's jumping backwards and forwards across the track. He doesn't know where he is on the road, so he can't make a pass on a car that's jumping sideways. So he'd be sitting there praying that he drops out to get him out of the way.
Yeah.
Because they can't chase down the sidewalk now. Which actually, go figure, Morgan's actually closing in on the sidewalk as well.
Yeah.
0.8 of a second. He's almost in slipstream territory as the Ferrari's rubber's starting to get a bit spongy.
Still lagging.
What do we got? 2 minutes to go. It's another lap, another 2 laps for these guys.
Jeez.
Morgan, on eggshells there in the Porsche. I feel like it's inevitable. He's going to drop out any second now. It just looks like it. Now, if he was backing right off and not catching up to the leader, we'd probably look at just removing him from the race just ourselves. Because he's actually closing in on the leader, and he's not really getting troubled by the guys behind him at the moment.
Just can't help but feel that it's affecting
It has to be.
Kiwi's driving at the moment, who's coming under intense pressure from Corgi now.
This is all I need. This is all I need as a race director. Something like this to happen and affect the race right on the end. There's 1 lap to go, basically. Lap and a half to go. So sideball, 0.8 of a second over Morgan Davey. These guys have had battles before. Then you got Kiwi Raikkonen with his mate there, Corgi, right on his back bumper. These guys have been doing this all night. And Adam there with a solid 5th position there. And TX3 GDR is just starting to edge his way back. He's going to run out of time, but he's catching them up. Artiethump is still holding down 7th position at the moment in the Honda. Great drive, mate. Keep it up. It's 0.6 of a second now. Has the Ferrari run out of legs? What's going on here? He's backing up.
Final lap.
Final lap. 1 to go. Let's do it, guys. Keep it clean. As Corgi makes the move on Raikkonen up the straight. McLaren versus Viper. But the Viper's on the inside. McLaren's on the outside. They have to go really deep on the brakes to get this done.
He's going to try around the outside.
Kiwi doesn't give him much space. Runs him a little bit wide. They go side by side still. They're going to be on the outside now for the next sweeper. Adam may be rubbing his hands together watching this in the background. As Corgi very wide, tries to get the late exit. He's going to break early, trying to get around the inside on the crisscross. On Kiwi Raikkonen, then McLaren up the inside tries it. Not quite going to do it yet. He's just going to have to hold position now because there's not many spots to pass around this side of the circuit. As Morgan's closing to half a second from the Cyborg. Like, hopefully he doesn't catch him now. I don't want him to run into him on the...
No, the lag looks like it's gone away now. Whatever was affecting him.
This is probably the big chance here for fourth. Corgi on the outside is going to get right deep on the outside on the brakes. The Viper covers beautifully on the inside, parks on the apex. Nice job there from Raikkonen.
Oh, the Ferrari!
Tried everything at T3 goes wide.
Gone wide as well.
Going to stay with this battle. Kimi Raikkonen up the hill. Still at the battle for the lead as well. It's closed up, but I think Cyborg
I think Cyborg's going to hold it.
As Corgi, what can he do? He's got one more opportunity here. Can he get a good exit on the final turn? The Viper's awfully wide. It's going to hurt his exit. The McLaren, they're going to go to the inside.
Oh, the Feather just hangs on.
Feather hangs on. And Corgi up the line. Raikkonen gets in.
Oh.
Nice debut there for Group A for Raikkonen. Adam there with a magical drive for fifth position. T3 Jet out in position 6. Artiethump there for 7th place in the Honda.
Well done.
V8 there in 8th, D-Flow 9th in the Alpha, had a rough run for him tonight. TJ out at 10th there in the second of the Green Beacon Ferraris there on his call up to A. DJ Brain 11th, great job DJ. Mountain Goat in the Mercedes, still having trouble with that car here. And then Speedy Tyres 13th. And Diego's going to cross the line on the limiter in second.
Yeah.
Obviously not happy man at the moment.
Oh well, that turned out to be a cracking race in the end. That's what we're sort of aiming for, unfortunately. Or fortunately. Well, you can look at it both ways. That lag spike there seemed to play a little part towards the end of the race, but he didn't disconnect, which would have been even worse.
Well, Brocky goes 2 from 2. Didn't have it all his own way tonight, though. But a great drive there again to just control the race there for most part of that stint. Would have liked to have seen what Morgan could have done with another couple of laps, though, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I reckon he would have had him, to be honest.
I don't know how you're going to feel walking back down to your garage tonight, though, mate. I think you're going to have a couple of unhappy drivers in the
I think I might
in the Jags.
I might steer clear. Although, I'm going to be honest, I don't know who made the call. Well, guys, that was... You can't look at it any other way. That was bloody exciting. I enjoyed that.
Driver of the day, please, guys. I'm going to give mine out to Artiethump there in the Honda car that's been really hampered by the regulation change. Hopefully it might see a little bit better at the next round in Austria, because it's raining in Austria. So tyre wear's not going to be an issue there for those guys, so fingers crossed it helps them out. But yeah, definitely position number 7 in Group A.
Yeah. In
a car that's not what you want to drive at the moment. Fantastic effort. But shout out there as the crowd, as the chat is saying now, shout out there to Adam as well in that Green Beacon Red Mist Racing Ferrari there for P5. Excellent result in the end for him as well. So yeah, so at the moment we look at the leaderboard. So the Cyborg wins it by 0.3 of a second at the end of the race. I tell you what, it can't get much closer than that. 0.2 of a second, 2 seconds, 2.7 seconds back to Kimi Raikkonen in the Viper, who only beat Corgi by, let's say, 5/100ths of a second. Atom there in 5th position. Textra GDR with a rough second race. I feel for the guy because he got that big penalty which took him out of the equation, then got wide again towards the end of the race.
Yeah.
So he won't be very happy chappy there at the Auto 1 Cayman. Artie's there with a P7 there in the NSX. Great job, mate. Well done. V8 with a quiet race there in second of the Auto 1 car. So the 2 Caymans from Auto 1 both had a rough race tonight. Defo there with the 4C Alpha. Managed to get himself back into P9 after some issues in both races. TJ there, so TJ with the call up out of B for a solid top 10 finish in Group A. That's going to probably cement his position in Group A, to be perfectly honest.
Yep.
In the 458 for Green Beacon Red Mist Racing. DJ Brain in the second in the NSX is just outside the top 10 in position number 11. Great drive, mate. Mountain Goat again with the SLS, just not looking after those tyres again. The Mercedes just starting to struggle a bit now. Hopefully some of the more power-orientated tracks might help him out a little bit. Speedy Tyres and Diego. And the 2 Counterpunch boys.
Yeah.
Not liking life in the Jaguar at the moment, so there'll be talks here at Counterpunch about what they're going to do, I think. So, all in all, great race.
Oh. Panned out probably a little better than what I was expecting, to be honest.
Me too. Me too.
I think
I was
qualifying
expecting a
sort
bit
of
of
gave
a-
us an indication, when you're qualifying the entire field within a second for starters. Pointing in the right direction. Anyway, guys, that is round 2. Sardegna, run and done. We now move ahead, start thinking about what do we got? We got the TCT guys getting around at Sardegna next
trophy
Sunday.
guys. Sardi B next week for trophy, but
Sprint round?
Sardi B trophy, a sprint round. So 2 20-minute races for the Sardi B guys. Now, just on this whole pit glitching thing, we'll do some testing during the week. Keep an eye on the Discord for the guys in the TCT, whether we do something with the tyre wear not ahead of the next race or not. It's hard to say, but we can't afford to just be shuffling races, especially on a 20-minute race. We can't stop a 20-minute race and then start it again. So we'll make a decision throughout the week with some testing on this pit glitching thing, because this is the second round in a row where we've had this problem. It was myself this weekend, and I think last week it was the Group B lobby. No, the first round, sorry, for these guys again, actually. So it was the Group B lobby for these guys in round 1 as well. So for the 40-minute races, we've had issues with the pits both times. Not ideal, but we will do the number crunching throughout the week.
Due diligence.
Look, if we have to end up running the rest of the season without pitting at all, then we don't want to do that, but we might have to. We'll make that decision throughout the week and let you guys know. Community, I believe, is this week coming Thursday. I think. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, so community will be coming up this week. I'm not sure on the circuit. I'm going to give a quick look at the website real fast. Probably not going to be on there, but I'm going to check it anyway. Unless the guys in chat want to let me know.
All the information will be available through the Discord channel and on the web
For
page
sure.
soon enough. Driver of the day looks like a little bit in favour of old Artie. Might have it just ahead of Adam, I think.
Good.
Driver of the A race there. But other than that, I think we're,
community is at Sardegna C.
So the short track.
The
for those boys.
Yeah, this Thursday.
okay.
Well, that's it, community guys. Make sure you get amongst that, because the race last time round at Dragon Tail was fantastic. Dadson, it's a 1-stop in a 20-minute sprint race, mate. We don't expect you to 2-stop in 20 minutes. Yeah, so the community guys, that first race at Dragon Tail was fantastic, and the Group 486s, those cars are fantastic. And we've been threatening these main series guys, if they don't pull their heads in and get organised with what we're giving them, we're going to make them race those for the rest of the season anyway. So you might see more of the 86s moving forward if we can't seem to get these guys happy with the balance on the main series cars. Which should impress everybody and nobody at the same time.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, they're already done. They're already done. Like, you just drive the ones that we've already got and call it a day. As much as we don't want to do that. So hopefully not. Let's just cross our fingers this never happens, because we don't want to see that.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so from there we're going to Austria for round 3 in the rain, which should make life interesting for these guys.
In the rain.
Next time you see the championship cars.
Well,
Love to see it, Ghost. Make sure you're on the grid, mate. Black light car.
Mate, you know he's going to be in that red one.
Yeah, of course he'll be in that Auto Ones car.
Yeah.
well, guys, thank you very much, Jimmy.
Thank you, Claude. Nice to have you back in the box.
Good to be back. Enjoyed that. Thank you very much, Lucas. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Thanks, mate.
We, I think we've been seen a little bit of a glimpse of what the rest of the season might hold, and I, for one, am excited. I think we're onto something good. It might not be perfect yet, but we're working towards something that I think has the potential to provide some really exciting racing. So thanks to all the guys in chat. Thanks to everybody who jumped on and have a look. Once again, guys, if you could remember to give that little subscribe button a bit of a press or even a like for the video, it'd be greatly appreciated. And as Lucas was saying, we'll catch you guys again on Thursday for community races, and of course then the following Sunday, we'll be looking at the TCT boys get around Sardegna B again. So from all of us at Sector 1 Sim Racing, thank you very much. And we'll catch you guys around soon. Cheers.